Fuck. Like, I was literally trying to have a bong rip, and then, like, I remember from yesterday's episode that I screwed up the arm, and I was trying to fix that, which, sort of was a success, I guess. And I'm a little happier. I'm in a good mood because I got these pokey sticks. I love pokey sticks, so that's pretty exciting. And there's a wide variety of topics for us to talk about today because I have a list of them. So if you guys want to comment anything, absolutely, we would love that. We encourage any and all comments here on the news update, which I provide to you guys every single day. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a rip with you guys. So if you're sitting at home and enjoying yourself, watching TV, whatever you may be doing, take a rip with me. We already got one person tuned in. I wonder who that will be. I'm going to give away something on the news update as well today. I'll throw in an autographed card of a random athlete, just a small prize to someone that enjoys showing their support. Which yesterday, wow, what a great show! If you guys didn't tune into yesterday's show, I decided to go do a live news update on an acid trip, and that was one of the greatest news updates I could have done. And I learned a lot, and I was really happy to meet my audience, interact with my audience more, get to know more about them. It's not always about me, it's always about you guys too. What you guys are up to in your daily adventures in the world of life, and it's good that you guys share them. And whether you guys share that information or not, it's good that you guys kind of like share your perspectives on everyday life as well, which the podcast is really looking to kind of continue with. I feel like I can talk wrestling news all day, but I want to talk about other things as well. So some things to be talked about today before I take this rip. Diners. I want to talk about diners. Some good old fashioned food and diners that people would go to. Who has the best burger? We're going to talk about that. Call centers. Well, that's going to be touched up on. French vanillas. My favorite kind of coffee. Who has the best French vanilla? Coffee and tea. What's better? We're going to get into that. Electricity, the election, assholes on the phone, hockey playoffs 3 years ago when the Jets were in there with Line, favorite soda, parks, some good malls that people have been to, Spider-Man movies, Superman, the George Foreman Grill, the new curfew in Manitoba, Sam Cates, obviously, wrestling news, hot dogs, salt. I don't know why I wrote salt. That's strange. Photography as well is another topic, too. So it should be exciting. But before we get into that, I'm going to take a bong rip. Absolutely beautiful. You gotta love that, man. After a long day. Whew. Definitely, after a long day, some whiskey, some weed, and some cigarettes is what I need. Not acid, though. Not till a month. So I'm definitely doing that again. That was just incredible yesterday. I can't even be... Oh, where are my cigarettes? Alright, guys. Looks like I'll be right back. And don't make fun of me because I'm wearing pajamas over a suit. I'm trying to look a little classy today, I guess. I gotta find my smokes. Well, couldn't find the pack, but I found a single smoke, so I guess what ends well is all well. But diners. A lot of great diners out there. I just feel like Red Top Drive-In takes the cake. And why I say that? Is because of like the bacon on the burger. The way the bacon at Red Top Drive-In is the on the burger. I can't explain it. It's like some DMT trip. The bacon on the burger is like the best, man. You got to try it for yourself. It's so good. Yeah, I'm all suited up. And I'm wearing a cool shirt, which I think you'd like. Mitsukana, I am wearing this amazing shirt in tribute to yesterday's great program, which everybody, made it great by tuning in and commenting. And man, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe all those comments. I can't thank you guys enough. I've been doing this for, let's say, 7 years now. But enough about me. The White Top Drive-In is also really good. I love it there. Yes, that's true. Also, the North Star Drive-In. I forgot to mention that. That is also a really, really good restaurant. It's on McGregor Street. If anyone's listening from Winnipeg, obviously, it's on that street in the North End. Check it out, man. It's so good. So those are some great diners. I'm gonna skip Carlson. There's no need to really get into that. I do like a good French vanilla though. I made a post today. I like to go to Tim Hortons. The Tim Hortons has the best one, but it is a little sweet. McDonald's French vanilla is really good too. It's just that it's kind of bolder. I even asked for like caramel syrup, but I'm kind of like a sweet guy, so I kind of like the whole like sweet sort of aspect of things. I do like the sweet aspect of things. I tried like a mocha too after for the first time, and like I like mochas, but they're like just not the same thing as a French vanilla. Like I don't know why. It's just my favorite thing. I'm addicted to it. It's I don't know. But what's better, coffee or tea? So far, we don't really have the great strong audience right now, but like if anyone's listening, I actually forgot to post this on the Jordan Garber Now page. That's probably why. I have to copy and paste this, which I don't know how to do while I'm streaming, so that is pretty, oh well, what can you do? I'm going to share it here. There we go. But yeah, I love coffee. I really do. Coffee versus tea, I'd say coffee, but I have to say, like, if I'm taking a tolerance break, because I'm a pot smoker, and if I'm taking a tolerance break, I feel like tea kind of does it almost the same thing for me. But like the taste, it's good, but you kind of have to get used to it and like kind of force yourself to drink it. I feel like, I don't know, it's just the texture. But yeah, what kind of tea do you like? Like there's breakfast tea, black tea, like all kinds of tea. Earl Grey is my favorite personally. Also, if I'm trying to sleep, like chamomile tea is really good. I like chamomile tea. It's relaxing. But like if I'm going to work, like I'm a coffee guy for sure. Electricity. Oh man. That's a kind of an interesting topic. I don't know what to say about electricity. It's just that. Without it, we wouldn't have what we have today. Bridges, infrastructure, buildings, society, anything. Literally, I feel like infrastructure is built on electricity, and electricity is extremely important. Obviously, what are we going to do without electricity? How am I going to do this? It's kind of a silly thing to talk about, to be honest. Looks like Joe Biden's going to be winning the election. I personally, like, from my uneducated opinion, I'm happy that this is happening because the world needs a change. Yes, thank you, Tesla. But I feel like Joe Biden, the world's going to be a much better place, like, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying Joe Biden's the best in the world either, but, like, it's better than what's been going on. You can't go through a pandemic and have it ignored as much. Like, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of families, there's a lot of seniors, kids you got to put into consideration with this virus that have different immune systems and different, ways that their bodies react to things. And, if anybody who's at a disadvantage, even me as a smoker, you never know what could happen. So, like, I know I'm mixed opinion about it too, and I used to go on Facebook and I used to, like, spout my mouth, but, like, just follow the rules and, like, just go from there. Like, that's all you can do, man. Like, what are you going to do? You're not going to, like, win if you say, oh, I'm not going to wear a mask. You're going to be forced to wear a mask. Just deal with it. It's unfortunate, but this society, like, I wish I lived like 30, 40 years ago. It's absolutely unbelievable what's been going on with the election and everything. It's just, it's going to be good to see maybe Biden win this and maybe make the world go in a new direction. Or who knows, it could go worse. But I really don't see that. And you got to look at things from a positive standpoint in a positive scenario. Always, always, always. Because, like, for someone who has OCD, if you think about one thing negative, your mind will dwell on it and dwell on it and dwell on it. And then you're going to be, like, fucking negative forever. And then it's like, everyone's going to, like, so then your outlook on everything is just terrible. Like, I had that before. It's just brutal. And it just feels good to be positive. You know, do something nice for someone. You know, buy someone a coffee, buy someone a cinnamon roll. I don't know. Like, just be a good person. And, like, it took me a long time to learn that, man. It's still am. You know, everyone's learning every day. But can you guys remember the Jets being in the playoffs 3 years ago? How big that was for the city? Like, I feel like in our modern day era, Patrick Laine has become one of the greatest players for the Jets offensively, not defensively, but he's been a great player. And the Jets 3 years ago in that playoff run was absolutely huge for this city. Now, everyone has that small town. I'm from Winnipeg Field, but, like, come on, man. I'm kind of proud of it. Let's be real. You know, this is a tough city, school of hard knocks. This is the Philadelphia of Canada, and everyone watching here is mostly from Winnipeg. So it's like, you guys know for yourselves that, like, that's a possibility. No, Craig, I don't want to do that. I kind of, and why is just because I can't. I literally can't. Like, I couldn't even if I tried. That takes a lot of effort, man. Like, I don't think my microphone's that good to pick up audio like that. But, any other questions you have for me, Craig? You know, you're a big baseball fan, man. I know you have a lot for me. As a matter of fact, I want to shout out to Craig. I don't want to stand up because I have, like, pajamas on over a suit. So I'm going to try to get, like, a stick to reach it. It's just kind of embarrassing because, like, who wears a suit, a shirt with tie-dye on it, and then, like, pajamas? I guess you guys are going to see that crazy look. Craig got me this. Craig's a good guy. This is one of my favorite pitchers in baseball. Pitched to the Rangers. And where else did he pitch? He pitched for the Twins, too. And this is a signed minor league photo from, like, '09. It's crazy. Hickory Crawdads, which is a great place. A lot of listeners in Hickory, North Carolina, on the podcast itself. The main podcast you guys can listen to this on is Jordan Garber Now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. We are available on Spreaker, and we are also available on Breaker and Radio Public. You guys can always download episodes and always copy, paste the links, send it to people, because I get monetization, which helps me get microphones and helps me be able to get mic stands and all that good stuff. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be having this equipment, and obviously my producer as well. So I feel that you know, you all deserve credit, and continue to keep listening, because hey, you know what, we got a payday and it's because of you guys. This is your show, right? So anyways, I got these pokey sticks. I was trying to sneak a bite of this, but, like, my stream was starting and things were going to become late, so I just got to open this up. And my favorite flavor is strawberry, actually, to be honest. Just to be real with you, strawberry is the way to go. Like with anything. Right, these are so good, man. You got to get these at 7-Eleven. Anyways. What's the best soda? Mountain Dew Voltage. I'm just saying that because I have it right here. But Mountain Dew Voltage is the best, man. It's the best soda, hands down. I don't know if anyone's watching this still, but if you guys want to comment your favorite soda, please do, because I'm addicted to it. I'm starting to become like, yeah, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's Pocky. Pokey or Pocky sticks. I don't know how you pronounce it. I forget. But they're my favorite. I've had them for years. Strawberry #1. Cookies and cream #2. And banana #3. But it's weird because they sell the banana only in the big box. Not the small box. Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, Baja Blast. Oh man, I love Mountain Dew. Like, what world would there be without Mountain Dew soda? That is a good debate for all of you listeners to think about and consider. It's the greatest soda ever. Anyways, I had someone at work. I actually want to thank a lot of my coworkers because, like, when I was sitting at work today, having quite the long day, just because I called people, calls are coming in so fast. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go nuts. And then, I kind of just decided to walk to the printer, get a piece of paper, and just brainstorm this show and talk about these topics. And a big part of that are just some of my coworkers, like Ante. Shout out, you're the man. Love working with you. Who else? There's a lot of people that contributed that helped me come up with some of these topics. So he kind of asked about like malls and stuff like that. Like, what's some malls you want to go to? Like, I want to go to a mall in Japan. Like, can you imagine how cool that would be? Because you're seeing things that you won't see here, and it's such a unique perspective. That's why my goal is to referee wrestling wise in Japan, which we should probably talk about wrestling eventually, but we'll get to that. But think of it that way. Like, I just want to go to Japan, man. And I want to wrestle there one day. I want to referee there, and anime has been great too. I watched Hunter x Hunter, and I just think like, oh, I wouldn't even need to smoke weed in Japan. Like, the whole city is trippy. It's amazing. Who would use weed when you can watch a 5-star wrestling match at the Korakuen Hall? I don't know. What else? Sorry, I'm just trying to chew this still. Croatia. I want to go there too. Australia too. Philippines. But Croatia, because Craig says, would you consider reffing a match in... No, man. I can't ref a match in that. I'm still on the sidelines. I still got to get to 150 pounds before I can get back in there. And, if I keep eating Pocky Sticks and if I keep having Doritos and Mountain Dew, then maybe, you never know. But, no. I look stupid enough sometimes, Craig. I'm not going to ref a match in pajamas. What was the match I refed? One time I wore, what was it? I was wearing these Ricky pants from Trailer Park Boys. This is my first match I refed with Ace Rivera and Tony Cage. That I was talking about yesterday a little bit. I literally got these Ricky sweatpants and I refereed in them. It was just terrible. The pants went down to like my ankles, and like I was wearing like, my shoes were fine. I was like wearing Nikes, but like the pants looked like Ricky pants, and I got pantsed by one of the wrestlers in the ring. It was just a nightmare. It was just an absolute nightmare. Hunter x Hunter is amazing. Good choice. Have you seen any others? I also... yeah, Ricky pants. Honestly, I've just started getting into it, but I've been watching Attack of the Titan as well. Man, I can't talk just because I'm really stoned. But I've been watching Attack of Titan. I really enjoy that. Hunter x Hunter as well. Those are my ultimate favorite. But I'm very new to the whole anime scene. But I'm willing to learn. There's so much to know. And I forget his name, but my favorite character is Hurabaka or something. He's the guy with the star on his left side of his face, and then there's a teardrop. And like he has these crazy, like, amazing powers. It's the best. It's crazy. And yeah, please do. That would be awesome. How's the election going? Trump's gonna lose, Ryan. That's some good news here for us Winnipeggers. Let's be real. Winnipeg is a democratic state. If we say we lived in America, we have democratic values and rights. Not saying that some of the Republicans are wrong, but Hayaska, yeah, he's my favorite. He's just my favorite. He's crazy. Gone's good too, but I feel like it just seems too good to be true in some of the fights he wins. It's just like the scene with the ninja. Remember where like he was having the scene with the ninja, and this ninja just like was gonna almost like break his arm and everything, and he was crazy, and then like Gon wins. It reminds me of like a babyface wrestling storyline in a way, which is kind of probably why I like it, Because the storylines, man, I love some of them. Like, they have some really good angles on those animes. No, Craig, I'm not, man. No. But, like, that's a high school question. Miss High School. Kahlua, yeah. Really good character, too. What else? Craig, I know you watched a lot of minor league baseball. You've been to a lot of minor league parks and stadiums. Out of all of them, which one do you think is the most innovative, if you hear this? That's my question to you. Because you've been contributing to this show and helping out with our background and everything in terms of things behind the scenes for many years. You've even contributed autographed trading cards and all those good things, so feel free to show me some of your favorites. He also went to Wrigley Field, which is awesome. I actually want to share a story kind of before I move forward. A baseball story quick. And if you guys don't like it, just let me know and I'll go on to the next topic quick. But I do kind of want to bring it up. And it's a shout out to Shane Newman, who is on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who I had on the show a week ago. And Warner Park in Omaha. Yeah, I agree. I think that was the place that had the Chargers in the seats, right? Anyways, Shane Newman was my guest, and my dad took me to Chicago, Illinois in 2006. Saw my first major league game at Wrigley Field, one of the world's most legendary baseball stadiums and the world's second oldest. So we went there, and Shane Newman, who was on my show a week ago, was on the roster that same day 14 years ago. I couldn't believe it. Now, there's a lot of players that I've had on the show. Josh Reneke, check him out. He's pitching in Australia, I believe, he's pitched in Taiwan. But he did pitch in Australia, too, which is also another very good league, which we're going to get some of our interviews on, too, because they pitch up in North America in the summer. Gold Eyes looks like Sam Cates isn't willing to extend his deal, and it looks like I see it coming to an end. That's just my prediction. I'm not trying to be negative, but with Cates, you never know, which is actually on my list. I was actually going to bring that up. I don't know, guys. But if we have no baseball team, it doesn't mean we can't have arts, culture, and many other amazing things. It's just a very big tourism value that the city is losing. You know, I've always been a fan of the club. But that's because that's based on my own interests. There's people watching this that may not even give a shit about baseball. So, Craig says, can you tell the story how you asked Kevin West for an autograph during the game in Fargo, North Dakota? Yes. So, we used to go on these road trips. Like, I think it was like, I don't know, oh man, a long time ago, like 12 years ago. And we go to Fargo. We watch the Gold Eyes play in Fargo once in a while. And I had this photo. The stadium will still be used, I believe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Because there's no baseball at all. They don't have the university team. So, I actually don't know. That's a good point. Shit, eh? Anyways, I was in Fargo, and during the game, I have like this pictures, you just print them at Walmart, and like it was Evan. I was like, Kevin, can you sign it? It was like, it's great seeing you, bud. It was like trying to have a conversation with him during the game, and he's like, I can't talk, it's during the game. And I'm like, why not? Can you sign this? And I'm just like, I don't know, 14, 15 years old, so I don't know better. And it was just really funny. What do you think will happen with the stadium? Yeah, I already answered that. Hopefully they still have it as a music venue. It would be a really good music venue. Man, I love that burn with soda. Mountain Dew Voltage, I'm saying it's my ultimate favorite. I don't know about you guys. This is so good. So delicious. What do you guys think of Spider-Man and all the movies they had? And when it comes to all of them, what was the best scene? And when it comes to the Spider-Man movies, like which one do you think was the best? I say the first one was the best one. Obvious. That might be an obvious answer, but you guys might think differently. What do you guys think? COVID test site. I don't like how COVID test sites are being done right now, because being in line getting a COVID test is at risk of getting COVID. And the results aren't going to go in right away. if you are standing in line with someone who has it. So I don't know, man. I'm not really keen on that. I feel like people should go individually, unless that's already taking place. Superman. William Reeves, he was good. But I'm more of a Spider-Man guy. I don't know why. George Foreman. How did I come up with this? Like, what do I do at work? George Foreman Grill is the greatest thing known to existence. I don't know, man. I'm not really much of a cooker. I love food. I'm very multicultural when it comes to food, great tastes and everything. But I can't cook. I can't do it. So I have my George Foreman Grill. I wake up in the morning. I put bacon on the George Foreman Grill. I love bacon. I put sausage on the George Foreman Grill, and I put eggs on the George Foreman Grill. Not the George Foreman Bill. George Foreman Grill. And it's the greatest thing ever. I hope I'm not Michael Scott one day and like end up stepping on it or something, but like that can't happen because it's on a table. But like, it's so good. It's a funny story. One time, I had the George Foreman Grill on Yonge Street, and I plugged it. I took it to my room. Like, that's how good I was with the George Foreman Grill. I don't know. I was just wanted to have a feast. So I was like, I'm going to plug this in my room instead because I got to do a press release. And I blew the breaker. So that was the end of that. But I love the George Foreman Grill. I recommend you get one. If you don't know how to cook, it cooks for you. It literally cooks for you. I know this is not paid programming. We had about 4 minutes left here on the show. What else? Curfew. I don't know about this whole curfew thing, guys. It just seems like unrealistic. Like, how can you spread a virus? Like, I don't know. You guys might educate me. But if it's 4 a.m. and like I go for my late night walks or whatever, how am I gonna spread a virus? No one's around me. Like, I'm just walking on the sidewalk. Like, it's concrete. Like, I don't understand this whole curfew thing. Like, I gotta understand I don't have to go to a store, but you can't drive around with your friends or, like, go to the park and have a joint. Well, you can't do that technically because that's illegal, but, like, you can't go to the park and have a cigarette and anything. Like, it's crazy. It's making me want to have a shot. Sorry. You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know about this curfew thing. It just scares me. But will Biden save the day? So it looks like Biden's winning. Sam Cates, we covered it. Hot dogs. I literally had the best hot dog at South. Banana pepper, chili cheese, nacho cheese, ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut. It's like the best thing ever. I will never deny that. I love hot dogs. Photography is really cool, man. Imagine the moment photographers are in when they capture such an amazing image. I'll just leave that there. And it looks like our list of topics. So, yeah, I just like talking about that really quickly. As promised for our wrestling fans, I do want to make sure I can deliver some wrestling news a quick rundown here for 2 minutes before I wrap things up. This is the perfect time if anyone has any questions while I go through these things really quickly. I do want to go through these AEW Dynamite results because the guy on Dynamite was on the Jordan Garber Now podcast. Will be this Friday at 5 p.m. Central. So I do want to talk about that. So, yeah, let's see what is going on in reference to that here. So, AEW, MJF and Wardlow versus Sammy Guevara and Ortiz. The winners are MJF and Wardlow via submission. Matt Hardy interferes and throws a chair at Sammy in the ring, but MJF has Ortiz in the Fujiwara armbar for the tap out. Trent with Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor versus Miro, formerly known as Rusev, with Kip Sabian and the beautiful Penelope Ford. Trent tries to go for the springboard in, slips off, and he eats a kick to the face. Miro then locks in. Game over for the tap out. I have been loving Miro's success here in AEW. I feel like they're treating him better in AEW than WWE. As a matter of fact, Miro stated in an interview formerly known as Rusev that the next storyline booked for him after being embarrassed by his ex-wife Lana was he was booked to have an erectile dysfunction gimmick, and he quit the company shortly after because that's how the company was willing to treat him and putting him in a storyline like that. So Miro is doing much bigger, I could say, and better things in AEW. Earlier today, Jim Ross talked with Hangman Page, and Page has a drink in his hand, and I do too. Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page, has a drink in his hand and asks about his finals match with Jordan Garber now interviewing Kenny Omega. Page says he feels so good and has plenty of time to prepare, and Jim Ross reminds him about moderation and wishes him good luck on Sunday, getting more in depth with his match with Kenny Omega. So that should be an interesting spot as well. Young Bucks and Private Party. Young Bucks, easy victory there via pinfall. Great match, winning that with the super kick for the win. Going further on into the show, Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero versus Red Velvet and Brandy Rhodes. Nyla Rose continues to prove her dominance in the women's division by a pinfall. And Cody, Billy, Austin Gunn with Arn Anderson versus John Silver, 10. Colt Cabana, who I actually remember refereeing in Thunder Bay. That was a disaster. That's actually the worst match I reffed. And, yeah, nacho cheese is so good on the hot dog. I'm probably going to walk and get another one, to be honest. And I'm going to get you a pair of elf ears so you can do them on the next show. I really want to do that. That would be absolutely amazing. You can count me in for that, that's for sure. Mitsukana. Let's see here. Going more further into AEW, that's the main event, actually. Sorry, guys. Cody, Billy, and Austin Gunn win via pinfall. So, Danny Limelight is going to be on this Friday. Who else are we going to have on this Friday? So Danny Limelight this Friday, check it out. Rat Boy from VOC Nation on AM radio and on VOCNation.com is going to be on. I used to be with them for about 3 years, so it's going to be good reuniting with him. And then we have Molly McCoy, standout women's wrestler, making it to the PWI 500 in the women's 100, I believe. So good for her. She's going to be on the program. And who's our main event? Yeah, main event is going to be none other than guy you just saw in the world title picture on a major promotion on AEW. None other than Lance Archer with Jordan Garber, myself. It's going to be an unbelievable show here this Friday. Check it out on Jordan Garber now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, my goodness, and Spotify, and of course Spreaker. Spreaker is the main one and the big one. Helps us get our equipment with pay-per-click and your great support. It's absolutely amazing. I cannot do it without you guys, so I cannot thank you all enough. I want to get those elf ears, like I said. I'm definitely going to do that, and I really appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in to the wrestling news and just talking about regular topics. I'm going to be back tomorrow with another Jordan Garber Now news update, and don't forget, listen Friday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on Apple Podcasts. Have a good night.